What's good, my fellow Naytiba Slayers? This is going to be your ultimate tips and tricks guys for Stellar Blade. I'm going to teach you everything I've learned out of my 8 times playing through this game. So let's jump straight into it. We're going to start by jumping straight over to the settings because this is the most important part of your journey. First of all, the difficulty. If you've beaten your game already and you've gone into a new game plus run and you're playing on story mode, you can increase the difficulty if you choose to. However, if you're currently playing on a normal mode or hard mode and you want to go to a new game plus run and lower the difficulty, you can do that as well. Moving on, the controls and hints. You can actually turn these off. When it comes to looting items, you can auto loot items. And I'm pretty sure you're going to be thanking me later for doing this because you won't have to be spamming the R2 button in order to pick things up anymore. Absolutely godsend. This one right here is the ponytail length. You can turn this to be short or long. It's completely up to you. Some other controls that I think you might want to be interested in. If you're a little bit disturbed or you're bothering people around you with the sound effects coming from your controller speaker, you can actually turn those off right here in the sound category. Scroll down a little bit further into the accessibility. You have the motion sickness things right here. So if you want to change up the motion blur or adjust the camera rotation, boom, all of that is for you here. Scroll all the way down to the bottom to the most important part though. If you're doing fishing in this game, you're going to need to turn this on. This is going to be the fishing controls replacement that is going to make it a one-time button push for you to either overpower the fish or reel the fish in. Very, very key to catching some of the largest fish in the game. Now, to piggyback off of that last one, you're going to need to collect fish data. So I'll go over to my miscellaneous tab and show you. There is going to be best fishing data, fantastic fishing data, advanced fishing data, and just fishing data. You're going to be able to receive these items from different NPCs in the world. You're going to be able to get the advanced fishing data and fantastic fishing data from Clyde. Once you catch a couple of fish, go ahead and go to him. He's going to tell you about how good you are at fishing and how much you've improved. And then he's going to change up his inventory where you'll be able to buy these from him when you get to those points. Now, there's also going to be a place where you can pick up fishing data. There's going to be a chest that is a part of a quest on the bulletin board that you'll go into and you'll pick up the best fishing data. And I also feel like I received fishing data from Clyde at some point. So that might have been where I received this one right here. Either or, you're going to have to make sure that you get all of these different fishing data to improve your fishing skills. Now, bouncing out of that, let's go into combat. In the open world, there's going to be so many different types of enemies, and there's going to be millions and millions of ways and combinations for you to take their life. I have a whole bunch of different types of builds all over the channel, so you can check them out and I'll leave links to them in the description down below. But just a couple of quick tips for you. You're going to want to learn ambush. Ambush is probably the most important skill in the game because it's going to allow you to completely take out an enemy before they even know you're coming. Ambush is in the attack category right here. It's right over here to the left. It's only going to cost you 1 SP. As soon as you buy this, it's just going to save you so much time and effort. And you're going to be able to take out so many enemies so quickly. For example, you see that horse guy right after we take out the spider? I think I can one-shot him. Almost. Hold on. Let me adjust the build real quick so I am one-shotting things because your boy just does not have time. Let's see. I'm going to take out beta recharge for now. And I'm going to go in for a little bit of perfect combat gear. Yeah, that'll make sure I'm one-shotting things. Great. Now, that horse guy right there, we're going to one-shot him. If you sneak up on him, then you'll be able to ambush him. If you want it to be easier for you to sneak up on different types of enemies in the world, then you're going to want to have to pick up the Camouflage type Exospine. That's going to make it a hell of a lot easier for you to go and sneak up on all the different enemies in the game. There's also another skill that helps you tie ambushes together, which is going to be a huge help when there's multiple enemies in an area. You're going to have to buy that skill and it's going to cost you a couple of skill points. However, so if you go back over to the skills tab, go over to assault. Right here to the top is going to be the chain charge. Can only be used after defeating an enemy with ambush or assault. Charges at a nearby enemy to attack and downs the enemy. So yeah, it's just a super quick way to chop out a hell of a lot of health from them. Now we got this little guy coming up on me here. Just to let you know, if you're a returning player and you haven't played for a while, the previous update that has been dropped for the game added the boss challenge mode, but it also added a bunch of nerfs. Your shockwave, your tempest, all of those have been nerfed a little bit, so they're not going to be as powerful as they were before. Now, if you sneak up on this man right here, you can go ahead and take his life. If there was anybody else in the vicinity when I pushed triangle, I would have took them out as well. So using the Camouflage type Exospine, whether it's the regular version or the MK2 version, is going to decrease the enemy's view so that you can sneak up on them and take them out a hell of a lot more easy. Now, if you're looking for the Camouflage type Exospine, you're going to be able to find that right here on this map. It's going to be at this location right here, the Solar Tower entrance. If you go over here to the Solar Tower and go all the way up to the top, you're going to find yourself an Exospine box. Go ahead and open that up and get yourself the Camouflage type Exospine. It's extremely valuable and it's going to help you to ambush and take out enemies a hell of a lot faster than anything else in the game. Even if these enemies see you and know you're coming, you can still sneak up on these boys just like that and take them out. It's insane. Whoa. Now, a couple of other things that have been adjusted or changed a little bit in this brand new update are going to be the animations for the drone. All right, so let's talk about the drone. If we come over here to a supply camp and you go to this repair console, you're going to be able to use upgrade materials to enhance your drone. Right here, you can enhance your attack power if you have a weapon core. If you have broken weapon cores, you can take those over to an NPC called Digger. He'll be able to give you a weapon core in its place so that you can upgrade the DPS on your main weapon. This right here is tumblers. This is going to increase the number of the potions you have in the game. This right here is the tumbler enhancement, which is going to increase the amount that you're able to recover when you use any consumable. This right here is a gear socket. You're going to need to get all 3 of these in order to max out your gear slots. And once you have collected all of the gear slots in this game, you can then take those items over to Spotter, who is Digger's best friend. It's a little robot that usually walks really close by to him. He'll take those Omni Bolts off your hands and he'll upgrade. He'll take those Omni Bolts off your hands and give you Vitcoins. Vitcoins are going to be godsend. You're going to need a whole bunch of them to get some of the coolest and best Nano Suits in the game. So just be ready to stack up on those Vitcoins. Jumping over here, I'll go ahead and show you this right here. So this is the drone. Once you've upgraded your drone a little bit, you can give him the ability to notify you when you're close by a collectible. For example, these items right here are collectibles and they are cans. So once you have that upgrade, he'll flash a little can icon in front of his face, just like he's doing right now when you're close enough to a can, so that you don't miss out on them. There are 4 cans inside of Spire 4, just to let you know, one of the last stages of the game, and one of them is completely missable. So if you're not necessarily sure about where all the different cans are in the last level of the game, go ahead and take a look at this video right here. Now, moving on from there, you're going to want to search out this entire zone for robots. Robots are going to have a bunch of pretty cool items. Some of them are going to have tumbler pieces. Some of them are going to have Omnibolts. Some of them are going to have drone upgrades. But others are going to have passcodes. These passcodes are going to be able to open up secret chests for you. And it's very important that you have the secret passcode or you won't be able to open up said chest. There's a chest over in 807 that you will not be able to open until you have received the quest from the bulletin board, however. So just be mindful, there's always a prerequisite to certain things in the game, and you have to make sure that you're doing things in order for them to activate. So this dude right here is a robot. If you beat him down, he's gonna have a passcode for you, and that passcode is gonna open up a nearby chest. He also was carrying some Bitcoins, so it's a great idea to always, when you see those boys, slap them up a little bit and collect those items. Some super quick combat tips. Certain enemies can get completely destroyed if you launch the correct combos out. Some pretty amazing combos that you definitely want to be able to use early in your playthrough are going to be triangle square, triangle square, triangle. 9 times out of 10, it's going to kill whoever it is that you were attacking. Nice. If you're looking for strange bait, then you can take out different enemies that are all over the wasteland here, and you'll be able to pick up strange bait. Some things you need to also know about this game is there's an order of operations to everything that you do. For example, if you come over to this area right here, this is the bottomless pit. This is going to be a place where there's going to be a boss at the bottom, of course, and you're going to want to beat down that boss so that you can receive the Nano Suit that he is guarding. Now, if I go down there right now, the boss in question is not going to be there. Why? Because that quest has not been activated yet. You're going to have to talk to an NPC in order for every quest in the game to be activated first. And if you go to those locations before talking to those NPCs, and unfortunately, nothing happens. I'll go ahead to the bottom of this little bottomless pit here to show you what I mean. This is the forbidden area. There's an NPC that's inside of Zion. He's going to talk to you about a friend that he basically abandoned down in here. And unfortunately, well, that friend is no longer with us, but you won't be able to fight the boss until you've spoken to that man about this whole situation. Once again, you see, once you're close enough to a can, your little drone there is going to go crazy. There's actually a can right over here. If you go past that doorway in the back, there's a can over there. Moving right along, we're going to make our way down to the bottom. All right, so as you can see, I know good and dang well that the brute boss fight, he's in here. He's waiting for me, but there is no way the brute is going to come out and play with you until you have spoken to the NPC that is supposed to give you the quest first. Now, this is one of the main things that bothers me the most about this game, because there are certain things that we haven't been able to open yet as a community, and I feel like if we do things in a specific order, then maybe we'll be able to get those things open, but I digress. For now, make sure that you always, before you try to do a specific quest in your New Game Plus or Plus Plus run, that you go see that NPC before trying them, because you'll just be wasting your time. Some more tips and tricks that I think everybody should know in playing this game. There is so many different areas in the game that you're going to be able to fish at. In this area alone, there's going to be 2 places that you can fish, and you will find a whole bunch more fishing areas all over the place. For example, the Matrix 11 zone has a bunch of fishing areas in it. As long as the water that you're trying to fish in is not contaminated and you're using the correct bait, then you should be able to catch different variations of fish. Keep that in mind so that you can have more of a variety of places to go fishing at while you're trying to collect all 25. Because once you have all 25, you're going to get one of the coolest Nano Suits in the game, the Ocean's Maid. Alright, so there's a couple of Naytibas in this world that you definitely don't want to skip out on. The behemoth bug has been fixed, so it should no longer be an issue. Before, if you hadn't done the Kaya questline, then you wouldn't have fought the behemoth, and if you didn't fight the behemoth, you didn't get the trophy for all Naytibas found in your game. That has been fixed in this last update. If it still is not fixed, let us know down in the comment section below so we can notify the dev team and let them know that things need to be adjusted a little bit more. But let's not stop there. With that same sentiment in mind, there's going to be a bunch of different Naytibas all over the open world. You're going to need to take these Naytibas out and get their research data after killing them. There's going to be a specific Naytiba that's over in this area down here that you're going to want to hunt down in order to get all the data for the Naytibas. So I'm going to take you over to it so that you know what I'm talking about, and we'll move on. For these boys right here, a simple triangle square square holding the last triangle is going to completely destroy them. So if you're having a little bit of trouble with them, that is the best way I take them out. One more time for you. You go ahead and you lock on to the back boy. You go triangle, square, square, triangle, and then that man is dead. Just like that. Wow, the distance on your little stick there is absolutely insane. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna hold you. That was kind of crazy. Make sure that you're always utilizing all the different things in your arsenal. You have stinger, you have slugs, you have shotgun shells, you have blaster cells. You have so many different things that are going to be able to destroy all of these enemies in the world, and just don't let them get the advantage, because once they do, it could be lights out. All right, so in this area right here, there's actually a very, very dangerous NPC right there, the turret. So this guy, you can actually just aim and take his life. And I suggest you do so. Once you do, he should register in your Naytiba file and you'll get his data. Don't miss out on him, because it's an easy Naytiba that you're going to be completely missing out on if you don't take it out. And once again, don't skip out on these little robot boys. They're all over the place. They're going to have passcodes for you, to make sure that you're collecting all the different ones all over the place, so that you're able to open up all the chests. All right, for some more tips for you, when you have an excess amount of body cores, beta cores, weapon cores, omnibolts, and all those different items there, you're going to want to come over here to this section of the wasteland. There is going to be an NPC. His name is Digger. Once you get over to this NPC, he's also going to have a friend called Spire. You can give all of these excess items to Spire, and Spire will take them off your hands and give you Vitcoins. Vitcoins in the game become godsend, because you're going to need a hell of a lot of them in order to get all the crazy and insane, most best designed nano suits in the game. So be mindful of that and be ready to get collecting. This right here is going to be where Digger is. There we go. All right, so this is good. Now, you can upgrade your drone. If you didn't know already, you can update your Exospines and make them stronger. You can design different nano suits. If you have the blueprint for it, you can update your attack power, your tumbler enhancement 2, gear slots. All of that is right here. And last but not least, the drone. The drone has so many different upgrades, like your scanner can be upgraded. You can upgrade this right here, the can detector, which is going to give you that brand new animation that they added to the game. It was already something in the game before, but now it's just a can animation that makes a little bit more sense. And there you have it. This is going to be the Christmas tree of Christmas trees that you're going to need to fill up in order to get all the different powerful modules for the drone. There's enhanced explosive shells, shotgun shells, shell magazines, so many things that you're going to need to purchase in order to get the most out of the ranged weapons in this game, but you should definitely consider it in the long run. Just to let you know a little bit of something that even I tend to forget about myself, every single gear in the game has a ranking system to it. It has 1 star, 2 star, or 3 star. Sometimes the 3 star is not as amazing as a 2 star MK2 variant, so make sure you're always checking back to see if you're up to date with all the different things that you are using for your build. If you don't know already, Spire is an amazing NPC in this game that you can go and talk to sell off items. Once you walk over to Spire, you'll be able to turn in all the excess items that you no longer need for this run and get some Bitcoins. Bitcoins are going to be extremely important for you to buy all the different items in this game, so it might be a great idea, or at least in your best interest, to make sure that you're always trying to keep this up. Let's talk about MK2 gear. So there's going to be a whole bunch of brand new gear waiting for you when you reach New Game Plus. But in order for you to get these brand new variants of the gear that you already have, you're going to need to pick up the original version in the base game. So if you have a Nano Suit or an Exospine that you haven't picked up in your first playthrough of the game, go ahead and do so. Pick it up first. When you go into a brand new New Game Plus run, you'll be able to pick up the MK2 version of whatever it was, or the brand new variant to that Nano Suit. And that's going to be all for the tips and tricks that we're going to give in this video. If you like what we do in the channel, make sure you smash that like button, sub to the channel so that you don't miss out on any more tips, tricks, guides, and a hell of a lot more for Stellar Blade. This is your boy M of M's and Stage D. For now though, I'm out of here.